Hello fish lovers, and thanks for tuning into my channel. Today I'm out on the West Haven Beach in Connecticut. I thought it'd be appropriate for the topic we're discussing. So yeah, in this video I wanted to go over just some pretty basic but crucial facts about owning a fish that I wish I had known years ago, because every kid, a lot of kids have just like a little fish when they're growing up, and you get it in like a bowl. I thought that was normal. I thought that was good. I thought, that's what fish live in, like a little fish in a bowl. But no. Yeah, not a good, not. Anyway, so in memory, before we start the video, I'd like to just take a moment of silence to just remember and be grateful, for all the fish who have lost their lives, due to poor maintenance, neglect, people not wanting to harm them, but, fortunately these things happen. So if you wouldn't mind, just bow your heads with me just for a moment, and then the video will start. So the first, the first major thing, I mentioned earlier about how kids have fish in bowls. No, I say ban the bowl. I don't know why they're sold. It is unethical. So the reason why it's not okay to keep like a fish in just like a bowl, or even a betta fish, and they come in those little cups, is because fish are constantly consuming oxygen, creating waste, and the waste brings up the amount of ammonia that's in a tank. And once the ammonia, even if it's just at like a little bit, like 0.25 ppm, that is enough to hurt a fish and to make a fish sick. A lot of fish die, because the ammonia is too high, and fish can be really messy eaters, and just the excess food and waste, and you constantly need to be changing the water so they have enough oxygen. So that's why it's always better to go big than small. A fish could survive in a bowl, they can survive in a bag for, however long, not long, like in a bag. I don't know, you're not supposed to leave them in a bag for more than So this 45. Is a 2.5, I think it's the Mini Bow Aquarium by Aquarium. I'd consider that to be the minimum for just one betta fish. And ideally you'd go up to, say, I would like to move to a 5-gallon aquarium. You just have to make sure that whatever you're putting in the aquarium is a surface that can hold that weight. So I'm not sure if I made it totally clear, but all fish need filtration, unless you're going to be changing out the water and retreating it with, a water conditioner on a daily basis, which most people don't do. So I'd consider, get a gallon, a tank that's big enough, that has a filter, and do weekly water changes, 25%. Make sure you always have the water treated. If you have plants in it, add plant food. Make sure there isn't a lot of debris, and you will have a happy and healthy fish. Aside from just the levels of ammonia, there's a lot of different chemicals in the water that you need to make sure are at just the right level, because a lot of fish are surprisingly sensitive. I always thought, oh, fish are easy, but a lot of, for part of my situation, I was like, this is harder than taking care of my dog. What, it's just doing fucking science, what the fuck? But yeah, this is a great kit. I threw down probably $40 for this, but it's worth it. It works. You can test for ammonia, nitrates, pH. The fish that I have live in alkaline water, just like me. I'm on an alkaline diet. So their pH is a little higher, past 7.5, 8 tops, and I have primarily mollies in here. I recently added 3 dwarf or pea puffers, and they are absolutely my favorite fish. Not generally, supposed to live in a community tank, but since there's a decent amount of space and it's heavily planted, as you can see, this area is very heavily planted, lots of rocks and stuff, so they haven't had any issues. And if they do, I will immediately get a new tank, because the fish's health and happiness is a definite priority for me. Another important thing about maintaining proper water conditions for your fish would be making sure that you have the accurate temperature for your specific species of fish, because it varies greatly, you know. When I first got a tropical fish, I did not know that you needed a heater, and luckily, you know, my room was at about room temperature, left it, you know, in the 70s, which is livable for a tropical fish, but you need to have a heater. And I have a heater that keeps my tank always around like 76 degrees, which is perfect for my species. You even need this for a beta tank, you know. Betas are tough, they can survive a lot, but you know, you got to make sure your fish is comfortable, you know, and they'll live a long, happy life. You know, just think about if it was you in the tank, you know, like, and you're like, you need a certain type of air, and like, you need certain quality air, and like, you can't breathe if the air has like this in it, or if the air is like really cold, like, you know, you just be good. Like. I don't know. I was gonna make more video, but I'm just like, I just got so tired, like, and I'm really like, I'm so hungry. I don't know. This is what I can't do.